Welcome to the NOFSRL. Seven races remain here in the 2022 season of the NOFSRL Trinity River Cup Series. With those 7 left, we arrive here in the land of the rising sun at Twin-Ring Motegi, this 1.5-mile racetrack in Japan. We are here for race number 20 of 26, the Ibanez 400. Coming into this race after last week's race at Milwaukee, although the on-track action may have been a bit lacking, the points continue to tighten up. Kyle McLeese still leads the way, 562 points towards the championship, but now only 59 points ahead of Nicholas Samadio, 84 ahead of Kanan Biller, 94 ahead of Trey Wright, 98 ahead of Alejandro Cruz Jr., 113 ahead of Elijah Gordon, 114 ahead of Colin Teague, 129 ahead of Mitchell Henderson, 134 ahead of Brock Nelson, and 147 points ahead of Paul Antoine Sierre. That is the top 10 in points coming here into Twin-Ring Motegi. We are ready to get this race going. Priya McShane and Trey Smith going to lead us to the green flag momentarily, but now let's go down trackside. We'll get you starting lineup so we can get this race going.
Start your engines.
Settle in, relax, take a deep breath. It's a long, hard race.
And the engines will come to life here at Twin-Ring Motegi. 40 going to roll off the pit road. Priya McShane on the pole position there, starting alongside Trey Smith. Trey Smith, defending series champion. McShane still looking for a first career win. Road number 2, we find Keegan Thompson trying to end a points-paying winless streak that dates back to Season 2 at Orlando International Speedway, rolling off from the 3rd position there. Alongside him, the 00 of William Brock still searching for a first career Trinity River Cup victory. In row number 3, we find Mr. Edge, Nicholas Samadio in the Advanced Auto Parts number 98, starting alongside Alejandro Cruz Jr. in the Xbox 05. In row number 4, we find Blake Parker in the number 14, starting alongside Texas winner Mitchell Henderson. And rounding out the top 10, we find Ryan Durrani in the number 10, starting alongside rookie Alex Lozano. That is the top 10 here at Twin-Ring Motegi. 52 laps here around this just a little over 1.5 mile track. It was a tremendous race here 1 year ago, and we are hoping for another epic here. 7 races remain in the season. The points continue to tighten up. Samadio starts 5th. McLeese starts 14th. We'll see how it goes down here in the land of the rising sun. Waiting for the green flag to fly. The Ibanez 400 gets the green flag at Twin-Ring Motegi. Let's get this show on the road. To the lead at the end of the first lap, it'll be Keegan Thompson leading the way here in the Ibanez 400 at Twin-Ring Motegi. Priya McShane there 2nd. Trey Smith settles into 3rd. Samadio 4th. Blake Parker in the 5th position. And Kyle McLeese in the 59 slides backwards on the outside line, rounding turn number 2. Pocono winner Thomas Troxel in behind him there on the outside. Ace Garcia on the inside of McLeese, heading off into turn number 3, as we'll check back in ahead. It's still Keegan Thompson leading the way. Thompson actually has a win here in the NOFSRL at Twin-Ring Motegi. He won the Season 9 International Exhibition and the postseason of the NOFSRL Cup Series back in late 2020. So he's looking to get back to victory lane here in the NOFSRL and back to victory lane in the Trinity River Cup Series. But here we go. Rookie Priya McShane going to the inside. McShane, the most memorable moment before today getting on the pole, probably the rollover in the duels, but now leading the way, Ruby Motorsports takes the lead here, the Ibanez 400. Oh, trouble behind, Cologne to the outside wall, McLeese gets a piece as well in the 59, spinning across the line and the caution comes out. Only a 2-car jam up by the looks of it, just McLeese and Cologne. But Stephen Cologne, the awful season continues, and on lap number 4, the yellow flag will come out here in the land of the rising sun. Trey Smith powers to the inside of Thompson. Thompson tries to fire it back on the outside on corner exit. And the race back to the start-finish line, it will be McShane leading the way. Smith ahead of Thompson for second. Samadillo and Wright. That is the top 5. Jacob Thibodeau 6th. And then Upton, Cruz, Durrani, and Parker round out the top 10. And we'll get a replay momentarily, but big points implications once again, potentially for Kyle McLeese. Look at the damage on the right side of that car. Came in with a 59-point lead, lost a ton of points 1 week ago at Milwaukee. Looks like it may happen again. We'll see. It's only lap 5. Doesn't look like anybody's going to come down the pit road under this caution. It's still early. Didn't expect to see a pit cycle until about the 30s, so it's not really surprising. But field is going to pace here under the caution for a little bit. Real quick, let's go back and take a look at what happened to bring out caution number 1 here at Twin-Ring Motegi in the Ibanez 400. So watching from overhead as they round turn number 4, Cologne powers to the inside, but Troxel slips up into McLeese. Slides down into the 99, and McLeese and Cologne go up into the outside wall. Troxel squeezes by. Sakala's going to get a little bit of the 99 there. And back up into the 59 will go Cologne, and then we'll slide back around straight, and we'll get back going. And with a minor stack up behind, nobody else involved in this one. So a 3-car jam session on the front straightaway to bring out the first caution of the race here in Japan. Let's take a look at it now at full speed. So watching as they come around turn number 4, Troxel slides up into McLeese there, down into Cologne, and into the wall. Go the 99 and the 59. Sakala gets a little bit of damage there, not much, but continues on. Nobody else going to be involved in this one, but none of the leaders came down onto the pit road. Priya McShane will lead us to the green flag here momentarily. Track is clear, we're good to go, so let's head to the restart here at the Ibanez 400 at Twin-Ring Motegi. We're back here with your live picture here at Twin-Ring Motegi. Welcome back to the Ibanez 400 and the live coverage here on the Trinity River Network. Lap number 4, the caution coming out for an incident between Stephen Cologne and Kyle McLeese. Kyle McLeese pretty well got the damage hammered out on the right side of that 59. Cologne still a little bit of residue left on the left side of that 99, but McLeese did not need that because Samadillo is running in the 4th position. Samadillo in position, if things stay the way they are, for another really good shot at eating into McLeese's points lead. But it'll be McShane, Trey Smith, Keegan Thompson, Samadillo, and right the top 5. Green flag is out once again here at Motegi. McShane, a great launch there on the restart. Trey Smith trying to close back in. Thibodeau wasting no time getting to the inside of Trey Wright, rounding turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, looks like that 32 will take the 5th position away, but Smith catching back up to the 0, heading off into 3, and the defending series champion looking for the race lead here at Motegi, and Trey Smith will take it here in the Ibanez 400. Behind Scott Upton there, the 78, running in the 7th position, flying them, and Trey Smith flying the banner, or Trey Wright rather, flying the banner for Team Ninja Rapids, even though McLeese in the back of the field right now, 40th on the racetrack, last time through, But looking to make some moves there down to the inside of Marty Sakala. But as the leaders round turn 3 and 4, once again, Jacob Thibodeau there into the 5th position. Closed up to the backside of Nicholas Samadillo, and Nicholas Samadillo doesn't really want Thibodeau to get around him. Thibodeau has not ever won in the Trinity River Cup Series, and he's carrying his team on his back. Pacific Halo Racing has had a miserable last few weeks. Jacob Thibodeau love to get up to the front and maybe even potentially get career win number 1. Got close to winning at Gateway, a track that is smaller but similar to this. An egg-shaped flatter track, although that one's 1.25 miles, this one's 1.5 miles. Thibodeau knows his way around these egg-shaped tracks. He did well at Darlington too, so we'll see if Thibodeau can get up to the front. But McShane trying to close in once again on Trey Smith in the 22. Keegan Thompson there in 3rd, waiting to see if these two tangle. He could pounce. Down the back straightaway once again. Only 4 cars came down under that caution for pitting. Cologne, McLeese, Sakala, and Parrish were the only ones that came down under that caution. Everybody else stayed out. And there are only 4 laps better. Oh, trouble! Front straightaway! Hard to the inside wall! Cruz and Lozano up into the field, catches John Andrews and spins around once more. And Kukulon's going to get a piece on that 82 as well. And a hard hit to the inside wall by Alejandro Cruz Jr., driver of the 05 for All-Star Speed Team. And that Chevrolet is out of the Ibanez 400. And lap 13, a very tame green flag run, all things considered, but the caution back out once again here at Motegi. Smith still leads the way. McShane into 2nd, Thompson 3rd, Thibodeau and Samadillo the top 5, and we'll see if anybody comes down the pit road this time. Thompson's going to stay out, but looks like just about everybody else is going to come in, with the exception of Joey Hightower and Mitchell Henderson. No surprise. Well, I'm surprised that really anybody is staying out at this point. Because I thought, well, I'm actually not, because I'm surprised, honestly, anybody's coming down because it's still lap 14. And the pit window's not really, the end of it was going to be at lap 30, so, and we're only at lap 14, and it's a 52-lap race, so you'd only need to do 1 cycle. So it's curious why cars are coming down right now, but we'll see. We're going to see splitting strategy. It'll be Trey Smith leading the race off pit road, and then McShane 2nd, Thibodeau and Samadillo 3rd and 4th, Smith 5th, Upton 6th off the pits, and then Biller, Garcia, I think Perez and Harris, and then Collins, the order there. It'll be Thompson, Henderson, or Thompson, Hightower, Henderson, Smith, Thibodeau, Samadillo, Wright, McShane, Upton. No, hold on, let's see here. It will be, here we go. It will be Thompson, Hightower, Henderson, Smith, McShane, Thibodeau, Samadillo, Wright, Upton, and Biller, the top 10 when we get to the green flag this next time through. But a vicious accident on the front straightaway to bring out caution number 2 here in the Ibanez 400. Let's go back and take a look at it one more time. Well, Landon Castle wouldn't be proud of this one, Alex Lozano. He said, rule number 1, stock car racing, you don't wreck someone without wrecking yourself. Well, Lozano slides right up into Cruz, sends Cruz hard into the inside wall, almost head on. But Lozano also gets damage on his own car, but it's going to take the 05 of Alejandro Cruz Jr. out of the race. A lot of damage and smoke coming out of that race car. Let's take a look at it at full speed. So one more time, rounding turn 4 there, Lozano slips up into Cruz. Into the inside wall they go, and Cruz's day comes to an end on lap number 13, and a little bit of extracurricular activity there as we saw live. Lozano slipping up into Sebastian Kukulon, both of them able to continue, but Cruz Not so much. But anyway, track is clear. We're good to go. So let's head to the restart once again here at Twin-Ring Motegi. Welcome back once again to your live picture here at Twin-Ring Motegi. The Ibanez 400 here live on the Trinity River Network. Caution number 2 coming out on lap number 14 for a violent head-on collision to the inside wall on the front straightaway involving Alejandro Cruz Jr. Alex Lozano and Sebastian Cuculon also sustained damage in the incident. Lozano and Cuculon able to continue on, and Cruz has fallen out, the first car out of the race here in the Ibanez 400. But up front, it will be Keegan Thompson leading the way. Joey Hightower, Mitchell Henderson, Trey Smith, and Priya McShane, the pole sitter, still in the 5th position as the green flag comes back out. We're racing once again here in Japan. Thompson and Hightower, a good restart there. Henderson did not get off going well. And his teammate Trey Smith trying to power to the inside. And Nicholas Samadio up on the top side. This is not what he needs. He's trying to get points. He's trying to gain points on Kyle McLeese. And McLeese runs 34th. And he's stuck on the outside, slipping backwards. That's not good. As Trey Smith's going to come into the pits, a problem on that 22. That stacks everybody up coming out of turn number 4. Dangerous stuff going on here on this restart. Samadio finally gets back to the inside. Will go underneath the 78 of Scott Upton. Out of turn 2, down the back straightaway, Thompson has pulled away to a pretty big lead over Hightower and McShane, at least for the moment. McShane powers to the inside of Hightower, will take the spot away in turn 3 and 4. Perez now down to the inside of Henderson, rounding turn 4. And Samadio now back on the outside of a 3 wide there with Elijah Gordon and last week's winner at Milwaukee, Andrew Williams. Samadio across the line in 11th, now back to the 14th, 15th position as Upton gets by. Now Zidell in the 62. PHR went from doing all-time bad. Now, looks like all 3 of their cars are in the top 15 at the moment. How about that? And up front, pity we missed it, but Priya McShane has gone to the point here at Twin-Ring Motegi. We'll be sure to have that in the bottom corner. But Priya McShane goes to the point. Joey Hightower 2nd. Keegan Thompson is 3rd now. Roberto Crown Jr. is going to go by Ace Garcia for 4th. Move Garcia back to 5th. Thibodeau, Perez, Biller, Wright, and Parker, the top 10. Samadio on the outside now of William Brock in the 00. In behind the 78 of Scott Upton. Thomas Troxel there, the 16, trying to work the inside. Oh, Vargas tight coming off of turn number 4, right in front of Samadio. Meanwhile, Kyle McLeese runs 29th on the racetrack right now. Samadio running now back in the 19th position. As Priya McShane has checked out ahead of everybody else for the moment. Joey Hightower 2nd. Crown, Thompson, and Garcia. That's the top 5. Now Perez going to the inside of Ace Garcia for that 5th position. And out of turn number 4, it'll be Priya McShane leading Hightower by over 1 second now. Now Thibodeau going to the inside of Ace Garcia through turn 1 and 2. Garcia tries to work that outside. They're fairly even. Coming out of turn number 2 and down that back straightaway once again. Checking in on Samadio, see where he's at. Still on the outside of these cars. Chase Harris gets to the inside. Nelson across on Sear. And look at McLeese there in the 59. Oh boy. This could really turn things around for McLeese. He could start gaining on that 98 again in the points. We'll keep a close eye on that, but McShane has pulled away now to a 1.2 second lead. Crown 2nd, Hightower, Perez, Garcia, then Thompson, Thibodeau, Biller, Wright, Williams, and Vargas driving it in on the inside of Andrew Williams into turn 3 and 4. Goodness gracious, that was brave. Now heading off into turn number 1 once again on lap 24. Remember, some of these, well, pretty much everybody has pit at this point, except for, well, about 3 cars. So we're going to see splitting strategy here when the pit cycle comes along. It's going to be here in the next handful of laps. It'll be about lap 30 or so. And those cars that have not come down will more than likely be coming down into the pits. But Sam Adio now behind McLeese on the racetrack. Sam Adio is 30th and McLeese is 22nd. Now McLeese trying to power down to the inside of Chase Harris there. Going through turn 1 and 2. Harris throws it in on the outside. Up front, though, it looks like the lead gap is starting to shrink. Crown is closing in on McShane. Meanwhile, side by side for 7th. Keegan Thompson getting around Trey Wright there for that 7th position. Vargas to 8th. Move Trey right back to 9th. Hightower going to try to take 9th, though, away from that 95. As up front, look at how tight the gap is now. 0.4 of a second at the line the last time through. And Crown's taking a look. Headed down the Honda back straightaway. Into turn number 3. Here we go. Crown looking for the point. Into turn number 3. McShane working that outside line. Out of turn number 4. Coming to the stripe. It will be Crown at the line, McShane 2nd. Checking back a little deeper in the field once again. McLeese now powering down to the inside of Harris once again. Sam Adio down to the inside of Caleb Rose. That's for 30th. And McLeese battling for 21st now, actually. Now into the top 20. He might go if he gets around Ryan Durrani. Up ahead, McShane closing in once again on Roberto Crown Jr. in the 27 and taking a sling, heading off into turn number 1. And as they're battling, Ace Garcia in the 52 is closing in. PHR teammates there rounding out the top 5, Perez and Thibodeau. Their teammate Justin Zidell running in the 16th position right now. As the leaders will round turn number 4, head back to the start-finish line. Singled out for the moment, but side by side back here for the 9th position on the racetrack. Oskin getting around the 14 of Blake Parker. Colin Teague trying to work his way into the top 10. And now Thibodeau and Perez side by side, rounding turn number 2. Teammates battling into turn number 3. Vargas going to join the party there in the 46. Thibodeau will pull ahead of his teammate, and Vargas will do the same. Will pull away ahead of Perez. Now on to lap 30 here in the Ibanez 400. We have now 23 laps to go. As Ace Garcia gets around Crown for that 2nd position. And will now look to take the lead away from the pole sitter, Priya McShane. Meanwhile, where is Kyle McLeese on the racetrack? 21st. Nicholas Samadio, 30th. Remember, the gap came in. McLeese ahead of Samadio by 59 points. And while there's still going to be 6 races left after this, this was a prime opportunity for Samadio to gain on McLeese after McLeese ran into trouble earlier on. And Samadio is squandering that opportunity right now. But now, McLeese is stuck on the outside of Brock Nelson, heading off into turn number 3. Parrish, Alphaby, and Samadio are right there. If McLeese is still stuck on that outside, he'll throw it off of turn number 4. firing it hard on the outside of William Brock, but Brock Nelson will still get by as well on that inside line. Now Parrish Alphabet side by side for position just behind that 59, and they're going to go 3 wide as Thompson looks like he had to come down the pit road just then. I don't believe he'd come down into the pits under any of the other cycles. So meanwhile, up front, it is still McShane leading the way, Crown, and then Garcia. That's the top 3. But now watching back here as Alphabet and Parrish have caught McLeese. Into turn number 1 they go. And Samadillo right there in the 98, waiting to pounce. Hightower also coming out of the pit road there in car number 2. Nothing separates McLeese and Samadillo now. He's checking back in up front. It's still McShane ahead of Crown. Then Garcia, Vargas, Thibodeau, Perez, and then Osgen, Teague, Parker, and Williams. Their tires beginning to wear out. The later we get into the cycle, we are going to see this run. We're going to see another cycle before the end of this one. Since they came down about lap 14, I would expect about lap 44 or so for these cars that have not come down, and the ones that already have, oh, they might be in prime position to steal this race away. But McLeese went wide coming out of turn number 4, and Samadillo going to power it in on the inside of turn number 1. These two battling for 25th on the racetrack, but they're the top 2 in the championship. McLeese has over a race worth of points, and Samadillo trying to get within a race. As Henderson has come down the pit road, looks like. Henderson 2 laps down at this point in the 39th position. Up front, it is still Priya McShane leading the way ahead of Roberto Crown Jr., Garcia, Vargas, and Thibodeau. Into turn number 3. Looks like Thibodeau is going to be able to get around Vargas. But no challenge from Roberto Crown Jr. to Priya McShane, at least for the moment. Checking back in on the top 2 of the championship. McLeese slipping backwards on the outside of Chase Harris and maybe even Caleb Rose. And Samadillo back on the inside battling with Keegan Thompson, although Thompson is a lap down in 37th. Samadillo actually runs 24th at the moment. So we'll see how the rest of this race plays out. Could be good for Samadillo. We'll have to see. Henderson comes back down the pit road. McShane fires it off into turn number 1 here on lap number 38. Again, just a handful of laps away from potentially the next cycle for most of the field. Expected to be about lap 43 or 44. As Crown closes in on McShane ever so slightly, going through turn 3 and 4. Oh, big run coming out of the corner and down to the inside. Battle for the lead is on again. Crown looking for it on McShane, heading off into turn number 1. And Crown will take it away from McShane. Garcia there waiting to pounce for that second position in that 52. Down the back straightaway into 3. Down low will go Garcia. Not able to get second yet, though. So Crown takes the lead. McShane second. Garcia, Vargas, and Thibodeau the top 5. Kyle McLeese has slipped back to the 29th position. Nicholas Samadillo sits 23rd at the moment. Kyle McLeese now has moved up to the 27th position. Oh, goodness. Thompson there, the lap car, getting physical with Joey Hightower there as he's trying to weave his way through traffic. Up ahead, McShane has caught Crown once again down the front stretch and into turn number 1. The battle rages on one more time. Lozano has come into the pits as McShane goes for the lead on Crown. At 12 laps to go, McShane looks like he's going to pull away from Roberto Crown Jr. Garcia now slings to the inside. Oh my goodness, Crown tried to fire it in up top, not able to. So McShane will take the lead. Garcia second, Crown third, Vargas and Thibodeau the top 5. 11 laps to go here at Twin Ring. Now Garcia trying to get to the inside of McShane for the lead. With a little bit of a run through the middle of the corner and on corner exit, he'll poke the nose ahead of the number 0. Clear, headed off into turn number 3. So Garcia to the point, but remember the pit cycle coming up for the majority of the field. And this is going to clash, of course, with those who have already come down the pit road. This is going to be a very, very topsy-turvy order change. As for the race lead, here comes Crown on Garcia, and Crown will take it away. With 9.5 laps to go as we're coming around to start lap 44. And McShane will be the first taker among the leaders. Into the pits, so will go Perez, Collins as well. And anybody else yet? Yes, Durrani, McLeese, Alphabet, Lightning, Cologne, Lozano back in. And Garcia crossing back to the inside of Crown, headed down that back straightaway into number 3. And Garcia to the point here, the Ibanez 400. But they'll both come down the pit road now. Vargas, Thibodeau as well. Teague, Osgen, Parker, Williams. Will anybody stay out? Gordon will. Elijah Gordon will stay out an additional lap here at Twin Ring. And will get a bonus point towards the championship for leading a lap. Sam Adio is still out there too. This is going to be interesting because McLeese came in right away. We'll see about Sam Adio though. I have a feeling he's getting ready to come down right here. Durrani comes down. McLeese, oh, he's going to miss the entry. And something might be wrong with Elijah Gordon also. He didn't make it into the pits. Oh my! Sam Adio is in the pits now. As is Alphabet, Biller. Everybody looking to try to get in their stall. Oh goodness. Sam Adio will make it to his safely. Now we gotta watch Gordon and McLeese though, see if they try to come back in again. Not sure what happened to them. McLeese and Troxel will come in, as will Gordon. This is going to shake up the order tremendously here for the final laps. I believe the leader is going to be McShane, but we'll have to see when the cars come around. Actually, it might be Garcia. We'll see what that 52 is. And where in the world did Garcia go? There he is. Headed off into turn number 3. And it does appear that Ace Garcia is going to take the lead here at Twin-Ring Motegi as Trey Smith comes into the pits once again. So Garcia takes the lead. Second place, Christian Vargas in the number 46. Perez third. Thibodeau fourth. Elijah Gordon, I believe, is going to be fifth, with Smith coming down the pit road. Kyle McLeese in the 59 as... Is the caution out? Caution is out? But what for? Anything at all? I have no idea. What in the world? I don't see anything on the racetrack that could have brought out a caution flag. Looks like Troxel and McLeese are going to come down once again. Nicholas Samadillo, by the way, runs in 17th. And McLeese was scored this last time through in 31st. Oh my goodness. And again, we still don't know what brought the caution out. So we'll see. We'll try to see momentarily if anybody stalled or anything. Gordon's in the pits, Truxell in the pits, McLeese is in the pits. So we'll go and look around and we'll see if we can find anything that may have brought the caution out. If not, we'll just head right to the restart here at Twin Ring. What is going to be a bizarre overtime finish here in the Ibanez 400. Alright, so indeed it was not a bogus caution there. Jacob Thibodeau dives it into the inside of Scott Upton, sends the 78 around and into the outside wall in turn 3, backs it in there. But fortunately Upton able to get the car back going, and we'll continue on here and we'll have another restart momentarily. Let's take a look again though at full speed. So watching again, full speed heading off into turn 3. Upton gets slowed up a tree right there, and then Thibodeau comes along, turns that 78 into the outside wall, and that is going to shake things up greatly as we head into this green-white checkered restart. Field is going to be in the hands of Ace Garcia for the restart here. Track is clear, we're good to go, so let's head to the restart here at Motegi. And welcome back to your live coverage of the Ibanez 400 here at Twin-Ring Motegi here on the Trinity River Network. Caution number 3 coming out here for something I don't know in the present moment. You at home have seen the replay already here in post, but for the moment I have no idea what brought out the caution flag. And well, if you didn't see a replay, well, then it was nothing. So we'll just go ahead and get to the restart here. We're going to go one lap over here. And Garcia going to lead the field around here for what will likely be the final restart here. He's got a couple of lap cars between himself and second place Christian Vargas, then Braden Perez, Jacob Thibodeau, and Scott up to the top 5. Green flag is out here at Motegi. 2 laps. Vargas immediately powers to the inside of Eric Monaco. Brock down to the inside of Lightning. Garcia, a great restart though. Pulling away very quickly. Down the back straightaway. Heading off for turn number 3. Vargas has got around a couple of cars now, trying to get around Brock and to hold off Caleb Rose to catch up to that 52 of Ace Garcia. And if Brock can catch up to that 52, this could also help Vargas as the white flag comes out. Mile and a half remains here, the Ibanez 400. Wait, no, caution's out. Oh, big crash! At the head of pit road, Lewis and Alphabee have gotten together. As looks like a ton of cars came in and maybe a late commitment caused an issue, and 4th yellow flag of the race, and we'll go to a second overtime. Oh my goodness. Well, we might have had a caution for nothing the last time, but at least we know this one was for something, and it's going to take 3 cars, Troxel, Lewis, and Alphabet out of this race. Goodness gracious, but Vargas will have one more chance, at least, to catch up and get around Ace Garcia in the 52 there. Just 1 lap car now separates them instead of 3, so he's got a better chance to get around that 52, and we'll have to see if he will in fact be able to. Samadillo is up to the 13th position on the racetrack now, looking for that 98. There he is. Kyle McLeese runs back in the 33rd position for the time being, so Samadillo once again looking to gain a bunch of points on the driver of that 59. It'd be another 20 points, so if things stayed the way they are right now, it would be, the gap would be 39 points here coming out of Twin-Ring Motegi. So we'll have to see how things go here, and this may not be the last restart. We'll have to see how it goes here. It has been a wacky race today at Twin-Ring Motegi, the polar opposite of last week at Milwaukee, where it was a pretty standard average race. This one is wicked crazy, and well, we're set for what might be a wicked crazy finish here in the Ibanez 400. Real quick, let's go back and take a look at the replay of what happened, and we'll bring you right back for the restart here in Japan. So watching here from overhead, Ethan Lewis, looks like it's going to be a late commitment, kind of like we saw in the second caution one season ago, and into the end of the pit wall he goes and gets slammed by Alphabet there, sends the 54 on its side. Troxel there, big hit on the 3 of Alphabet, and Alphabet and Lewis will fall out of the race, as will, I think, Thomas Troxel. Kyle McLeese barely avoided that in 59, and even though he might be losing some more points to Samadillo, things are not going to be as bad as they could have been. But let's take a look at it again at full speed. So watch again here, rounding turn 3 and 4. Some cars going to come down the pit road. Lewis, a late commit, and into the end of the wall, and Alphabet nowhere to go, almost sends the 54 upside down. Nelson there sideways also on the pit road. Troxel came in and pounded the 3 of Alphabet, and that's going to set us up for yet another restart here. Second overtime restart here at Twin-Ring Motegi. Hopefully it'll be the last one. Track is clear, we're good to go, so let's enter the restart in the Ibanez 400. Welcome back to your live coverage here on the Trinity River Network of the Ibanez 400 here at Twin-Ring Motegi. We are preparing ourselves for the second green-white checkered attempt. Caution coming out for an incident at the head of pit road. As cars were trying to come down the pit road, Alphabet and Ethan Lewis got into each other, and one of them made contact with the attenuator, and that is sending us to another restart here. Ace Garcia leads the way, Christian Vargas second, Braden Perez is right there in third, Jacob Thibodeau is fourth, Keegan Thompson, who at one point was a whole lap down due to all the craziness that's gone on, is now fifth, Marty Sakala sixth, and then Stephen Colon, Joey Hightower, Chase Harris, and Colin Teague round out the top 10 as the green flag getting ready to come back out. 2 laps. Garcia with a solid restart, not as good as the last one. William Brock, the lap car, closes in. This could be good for Vargas there in the 46. Vargas closes in on that 00. Perez did not get going, though, in that 47. So it looks like his chance at victory has gone away, at least for the time being. But Brock now blocking the 46 of Vargas as Garcia pulls ahead. Will we make it to the white flag this time? It looks as though we will. 1.5 miles remains here in the Ibanez 400. It's official. Brock down to the inside of Garcia. This could be bad for that 52 as Vargas right there looking for some Texas redemption. Out of turn 2, down the back straightaway. Garcia looking for a second win of the season. Into turn number 3. He won at Darlington on an egg-shaped racetrack like this. And Garcia will come out of turn number 4. He's going to do it again. Garcia wins the Ibanez 400 at Twin-Ring Motegi. Vargas 2nd, Thibodeau 3rd, Perez 4th, Sekela 5th, and then Harris, Teague, Cologne, McShane, and Crown round out the top 10. And where does Samadillo finish? Samadillo finished 17th, and McLeese will cross the line 29th. So that is 11 more points that Garcia, or that Samadillo will gain on McLeese. We'll take a look at the points after this. But they are getting tighter and tighter and tighter the more races we do here in this season. Like I said, this may not be over yet. That points lead at one point was enormous. It was an enormous 97-point lead. Thought it was insurmountable, but we'll see. It may very well not be over just yet. But we'll take a look at your race finishing results now in their entirety. Ace Garcia wins with an average race speed of 108.420 miles per hour ahead of Christian Vargas, Jacob Thibodeau, Braden Perez, Marty Sekela, Chase Harris, Colin Teague, Stephen Cologne, Priya McShane, and Roberto Crown Jr. That's the top 10. Taking a look at the rest of the standings here. We scroll through the rest of them. Only 20 cars finishing on the lead lap. Wright, Collins, Durrani, Lightning, Parrish, Nelson, McLeese, Andrews, Parker, Monaco, Rose, Henderson, and Lozano finishing off the lead pace. And Zidell, Osgen, Kukulon, Alphabet, Truxell, Lewis, and Cruz marked as out of the race. I think something may have happened to Zidell, Osgen, and Kukulon coming into the pits afterwards, but they were off the lead pace for that final restart, and we've ended up going 6 laps over the scheduled distance due to the late race chicanery that's gone on. It's been a wacky one here today at Twin-Ring Motegi, but the points are going to tighten up for the lead once again. Big congratulations, though, to Ace Garcia, the 52, second win of the season, and it comes here overseas in the Ibanez 400 at Twin-Ring Motegi. We will see you next week back in the United States at Road America in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin. Hope to see you then. We have 6 races left until we crown a champion. For the Trinity River Network and the entire NOFSRL, thank you for watching this race. Hope to see you next week. Have a great week, everybody. Until next time, y'all take care, stay safe, and have a good one. Welcome to the NOFSRL.